Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 19, 2025, and welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board. Tonight is a voting meeting followed by a work session. I call this meeting to order and ask everyone please rise, face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If everybody remain standing for a moment of silence for all our brave men and women in the armed services, and also for Kevin Gillespie, NYPD officer that was murdered 30 years ago on the 14th of March. Thank you. If our town clerk, Alice Daly, would please do a roll call attendance.
Councilman Lugo?
Here.
Councilman Kearns? Present. Councilwoman McDonough?
Here.
Councilman Lombardi?
Here.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes, here. If I could get a motion to accept the town board minutes that our clerk presented to us from February 19, 2025.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Second by McDonough, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Our first resolution is authorizing the acceptance of a proposal for professional services, police department, electrical upgrades. Councilman Lugo, could you read that for us?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the acceptance of the proposal of light electrical generator service, Mahopac, New York, for electrical upgrades to be performed at the Town of Carmel Police Department facilities at a cost not to exceed $10,200, and in accordance with the proposal dated February 16, 2025. And be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor, Michael Cazzari, and/or Chief of Police, Anthony Hoffman, are hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be it further resolved that the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
A second by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Aye.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Our second resolution is for authorizing the purchase of equipment for the police department. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman, hereby authorizes the purchase of the proposal of Axon Enterprises, Inc., Scottsdale, Arizona, for the purchase of conductive energy devices and body-worn cameras for the Town of Carmel Police Department under New York State Office of General Services Contract PM 69698 at a total aggregate cost not to exceed $244,979.80 in accordance with the quotation dated January 29, 2025, and be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari and/or Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman are authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the action contained herein. And be further resolved, the Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Kearns. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 3 is a resolution authorizing the renewal of a contract for landscaping, grass cutting for town parks. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously awarded the bid for landscaping, grass cutting services at various Town of Carmel town parks, Town of Carmel Town Hall, Highway Department, and Historical Building to Greenway Property Services, Inc. of Stamford, Connecticut. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby exercises its contractual option to renew the aforesaid contract as amended for the year 2025 to Greenway Property Services, Inc., Stamford, Connecticut, upon the terms contained therein, and be it further resolved that Director of Recreation and Parks Nina Kalmeyer is hereby authorized and directed to provide notice of renewal to Greenway Property Services, Inc. I offer this as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call again?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is a resolution accepting the proposal for operation of Sycamore Park concession stand. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon hereby authorizes the entry into a concession agreement with Liliana's Bagel and Catering of Carmel, New York, to operate the concession stand at Sycamore Park for a 3-year period of March 21st, 2025 to March 20th, 2028, at an annual fee of $2,000 per year. And be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form as approved by the Town Council, the Town Supervisor is authorized to sign the concession agreement in general form and substance as the previously authorized agreement for such services which is currently on file in the Office of the Town Supervisor. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kearns. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 5 is authorizing general and highway fund equity reserve balances for the fiscal year of 2024. Councilman Kearns, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell to establish and/or modify the balances in the fund equity reserves for the general highway funds for fiscal year end 2024 as set forth on the schedule attached hereto, which is incorporated herein and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 6 is a resolution acknowledging emergency repairs for Carmel Water and Sewer Districts. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various water and sewer districts of the Town of Carmel, hereby acknowledges the emergency performance of water and sewer district collection system, distribution system, and treatment facility repairs as fully detailed in the memorandum of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., to the Town Board dated February 28, 2025, as attached hereto and made a part thereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 7 is accepting proposal for dock installation, Lake Secor. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that, please?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the Lake Secor Park District, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby accepts the proposal of EZ Dock Innovations, Hewitt, New Jersey, for installation of new dock at Lake Secor beaches at a cost not to exceed $7,963 in accordance with the proposal dated January 30, 2025, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all necessary documentation to effectuate this authorization upon the terms set forth herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next is accepting a proposal for an electrical preventive maintenance program. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of Carmel Sewer District Number 2 and Carmel Water District Number 2, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby accepts the proposal of D. Owens Electric, Inc. for performance and implementation of an electrical preventive maintenance program at the Carmel Water District 2 treatment plant and the Carmel Sewer District 2 wastewater treatment plant, as well as the Town of Carmel Town Hall, Town of Carmel Highway Department facility at Sycamore Park, and at a cost not to exceed $34,500, and in accordance with the proposal dated January 31st, 2025, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in the form acceptable to Town Attorney, Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to effectuate this authorization upon the terms set forth herein. I offer this as read.
Second.
Seconded by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 9 is accepting a proposal for replacement of programmable logic control, Carmel Sewer District Number 4. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes, resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as the Commissioners of the Carmel Sewer District Number 4, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby accepts the proposal of Infomark LLC, Newburgh, New York, for the installation and replacement of programmable logic controller for the sand filter units at the Carmel Sewer District Number 4 wastewater treatment plant at a cost not to exceed $31,281.40, and in accordance with the proposal dated January 31st, 2025. And be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to effectuate this authorization upon the terms set forth herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Kearns. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is a resolution authorizing payment to East of Hudson Watershed Corporation. Councilman Kearns, could you read that?
Resolved that upon the recommendation and determination of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes payment of the sum of $22,386.76 to the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation, EOHWC, for operation and maintenance related to the stormwater retrofit projects in 2024, accordance the Town of Carmel's overall phosphorus reduction requirements, as well as in accordance with the operations and maintenance policies of EOHWC previously adopted by the Carmel Town Board, and the invoice from EOHWC dated March 5, 2025. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lugo. Could we please have a roll call?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough? Yes. Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 11 is ratifying memorandum of agreement, Town of Carmel Police Department Benevolent Association. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel authorizes entry into memorandum of agreement with the Town of Carmel Police Benevolent Association, Inc. concerning the overtime pay for special duty assignments, such stipulation to be in general form and content as attached hereto and made a part thereof. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to execute the aforesaid memorandum of agreement after ratification and signature by the Town of Carmel Police Benevolent Association, Inc. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 12 is a resolution authorizing the rescheduling of a public hearing. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolved that Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the rescheduling of a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, on Wednesday, April 16, 2025, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law amending Chapter 55 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Boats, Waterways, and Water-Related Activities, and be it further resolved, the Town Clerk Alice Daly is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspaper of the town and on the town's bulletin board regarding this public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lugo, and all those in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous. The next one is authorizing a settlement of litigation. Whereas there is currently pending in the United States District Court, Southern District of New York, docket number 7.23CV04464 in the action entitled Richard Gleason and Mary Gleason versus the County of Putnam and the Town of Carmel, and whereas a proposed settlement of litigation has been negotiated by legal counsel Costello and Falchetti LLP, who has recommended approval of the proposed settlement. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the settlement of the aforementioned litigation on the terms recommended by legal counsel, and be it further resolved that Costello and Falchetti LLP is hereby authorized to sign on behalf of the Town of Carmel the stipulation and order of dismissal in this action. I offer this as read. Seconded by Lombardi, and a roll call, please.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
No.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Okay, number 14 is a resolution authorizing entry into a memorandum of understanding with the Mahopac School District. Do we want to make the change before?
You could just do it as read.
As read.
Amend it, modify the year, and then I'll change it. It doesn't go off as read anyway, just right?
Oh, all right, just on that part. So they're modifying 2027 to 2026.
To June 30, 2026?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Got it, thank you.
Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the entry into a memorandum of understanding with the Mahopac Central School District for use by the Town of Carmel of certain athletic fields and facilities for a period commencing July 1st, 2024, and concluding June 30th, 2026. Said memorandum of understanding to be informing content is attached hereto and made a part hereof. And be further resolved, the Town Supervisor, Michael S. Cazzari, is hereby authorized entry into and execute on behalf of the town said memorandum and to transmit such executed agreements to the Mahopac Central School District thereafter for counter signature. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 15 is a resolution authorizing entry into an intermissible agreement with the Town of Kent Joint Special Weapons and Tactics Team. Councilman Kearns, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the entry into an intermunicipal agreement with the Town of Kent, New York, for the establishment and maintenance of a joint special weapons and tactics team for a period commencing immediately and concluding December 31, 2030. Said agreement to be in form and content and as attached hereto and made a part hereof. And be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor Michael S. Cazzari and Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman are hereby authorized to enter into and execute on behalf of the town said memorandum and to transmit such executed agreements to the Town of Kent thereafter for countersignature. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Lugo and McDonough. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. So we already had an agreement with Kent, if you recall, that we started, when the Sheriff's Office pulled out of the Joint Emergency Response Team. This is just redoing the agreement to fit the DCJS, that's Division of Criminal Justice Services, standards so that they can apply for accreditation for the team. Number 16 is establishing employment anniversary date. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby establishes the date of hire and/or anniversary date for Francesca Ferrera from January 23rd, 2025 to December 4th, 2025 for all purposes, including but not limited to credit in the New York State and local retirement system. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
No. It should say.
Oh, it's a matter.
It should say,
Should it be switched?
no, December,
To
her,
2024?
and you,
What's-
January 23rd, 2025
Oh,
to
yeah, it's
December 4th,
25.
2024.
2024.
Oh, yeah. No,
No, they're backdating it.
They're backdating it.
Yeah, it's correct. They're backdating it.
To December 4th, 2024.
Correct.
I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 17 is resolution appointing account clerk to Town of Carmel Police Department. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Kim Bennett to the position of account clerk 2 in the police department on a probationary basis effective March 24, 2025, subject to the provisions of civil service law and civil service rules and regulations at a CSEA Group 4, Step 2 salary level. I offer this as read.
Second?
Second by McDonough and Lombardi. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
I did.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 18 is a resolution appointing Town Facilities and Grounds Maintenance Manager, Town of Carmel Maintenance Department. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby appoints Michael Mongan to the position of Town Facilities and Ground Maintenance Manager in the Maintenance Department on a provisional basis effective March 31, 2025, subject to provisions of civil service law and civil service rules and regulations at the salary authorized in the Town of Carmel 2025 adopted budget. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Second by McDonough, and a roll call, please.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes, that had big words, that's why I gave it to you. Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mike.
So can I,
Look up.
can I get a motion to, motion to close the voting meetings?
So, second.
And seconded by Kearns, and all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a good night,
Alice.
everyone.
Thanks, Alice.
Good night. Yes, a motion to open the work session?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So we have 5 things on the work session. First, second, and third is our town engineer, Richard J. Franzetti. So first up is a bond return.
So on March 13th, good evening, Board, sorry. On March 13th, 2025, the Planning Board passed a motion recommending the bond return of $104,000 for the downtown Mahopac properties, tax map 75.12-2-26. There's a fully executed bond application form. Both Mike Carnazza and myself have reviewed and visited the site. The return of this bond is warranted, and you guys can approve it. The owners are here, so.
You don't have to say anything.
Get another one here.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Perfect.
So the next one is the downtown lights bid.
So the board is aware, we had to take down 3 lights in an emergency situation because they were swaying. They were probably installed incorrectly about 1,000 years ago when they were input, but that's a whole nother story. There are 3 decorative lights that have been taken down. They were deemed a safety hazard. I'm requesting permission to go out to bid and to reinstall the lights. The preliminary estimate for the work is about $35K, not including the purchase of new lights. So we're going to need 3 new lights up there at a cost of $9,000 apiece. So there's another, whatever, $27,000 on top of what you see in that estimate. So that's where that's at. So
Rich, did they check all the lights? Not just
they
these 3,
have.
correct?
We'll double check them. I'll go up there again. I just, I'm swamped, so I haven't had a chance to walk it. They did look at it. They took the 3 down. There might be more. The couple that got hit by cars have been repaired correctly. We've had, we used to tighten them, but tightening them is not the solution. Taking them out, redoing a base on
It's
them,
the
making
underneath,
it
yeah.
correct, and remounting them correctly so that the bolts stick out enough and the winds, don't rip them off no more. Rip them, we're swaying back and forth and rip them out of the bolts need to be done. So we'll go up, double check them. We're still waiting on the one that we ordered under ARPA, so at least we have one of those lights, but we always wanted to have one as a backup so we can get to this quicker, and we're waiting for parts that we had gotten under ARPA. Again, the parts are for some of the existing lights that have issues with them now. So I would ask the board if there's a way we can get out of have to handle these decorative lights, maybe, versus it being on the town. Is there a way we can find a company to maintain them or do something to that effect? I don't know that answer. Right now, we own those decorative lights. We don't own a lot of the lights in the town of Carmel. It is one of the light districts that we have. And, it's a hassle sometimes. So, and I feel bad because, it takes so long to replace those lights. You got to order them. We don't have them in stock. We don't have people who can do it. We always have to find a contractor to do it. It's a, there's got to be a better solution. So, that's just a thought.
So I would ask you to ask the person that takes them down and puts them back up.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps their company can go look at those bases for us. I don't think that would be above the threshold.
Oh, no,
It shouldn't be.
I'll walk with them and with the
Well, you're saying that
electrician
you're
was
too
there.
busy. You could just ask
Right.
them to do it.
Yes, definitely, but I certainly will have to put some eyes on it too, because I'm going to be developing plans, some kind of bid package for this whenever I can get a chance to get around to doing it, so.
How many lights in total are there?
I think there's 16 up there. Al Lutriciano, he's been calling me, asking me, the status of lights, and he said that he ordered 16 hanging baskets I told him, I don't know when those 3 are gonna get up there, so he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those 3, but they'll find a place for them. So I said, don't order the 3, so it would be 16 minus the 3. I said, order the 13, but he already had ordered them, so.
And it
Because
always
they
looks-
go up, the Civic Association up there does install the plants up there, and they do maintain the flowers on those lights. They're
And the
ex-
Rotary.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, so yes, and the Rotary, so
You don't
thank
leave
you.
them
There
out.
there is a group of civic-minded people up there that take care of the plants up there, so.
Before you put this out to bid, you're going to walk the lights, right, to make sure that there's no...
Yeah, yeah, so if it's gonna be 5, it's gonna be 5, it's
Yeah.
gonna be 4, it's gonna be 4. If we're gonna have to just remove some and redo the base on a couple, it's gonna be identified, so that we do this once, and we should be good, for 25, 30 years, and not worry about it again. Everything has a life expectancy on the grand scheme of things.
And how long have you been waiting for the one you ordered?
I ordered that right after we were given approval, so it's been about 2 months, but the woman who worked at the company Illuminating Expressions was out sick for about a month, so not that that's an excuse that.
Did they give you an estimated lead time, 10, 12 weeks, or?
It's typically about 10 weeks, so we should be right at that cusp, but I'm waiting to get back. They should be getting back to me before the end of this week. That's what I was told about when we're going to have a delivery, so. But that's just one light that we were going to keep as a spare, right? So as you know, we have the extra lights for the downtown Mahopac area that are sitting in storage right now that are for whatever phase we're going to have when we redo the sidewalks. Those lights were going to be put there to match the ones across the street.
Those aren't the same up in the Hamilton, right? Those are
Unfortunately, there
different.
are 2 different types of lights up in the hamlet, and there are 2 different lights in downtown Mahopac, so welcome to our world.
What was the purpose of that?
I don't know. I wasn't part of the decision-making process in the hamlet of Carmel. I don't know why there were 2 separate lights here. There's one for the Chamber Park, similar but taller, and then there's the ones that are along in front of the restaurants there, Piccolo and Kobu and Il Villaggio, not Villaggio, whatever. Is that Villaggio? Il
Yes.
Villaggio.
Yeah.
So those lights there are a little different, so. So that's what we have. We have those lights in storage, enough to go across the street, so.
Okay, and your third item is White Sale? meeting
See,
the,
that's how he gets
easement?
rid of me.
You're not going anywhere.
So on this past Monday, this department met with Mr. Evans at the reference site to discuss a project which is for them to repair the docks along the length of the White Sail property. Part of the scope of work requires the installation of a temporary water-inflated cofferdam prior to the commencement of site removal and reconstruction of their dilapidated boardwalk and docks. The cofferdam will need to extend approximately 5 feet onto the shoreline and onto the town of Carmel Swan Cove property. This is so that they're able to work in the dry and repair the docks appropriately. They're requesting from the town a temporary easement to be granted so that the cofferdam can come up a little bit. There's a picture that was sent to you. This information came to me at like 2 o'clock this afternoon, so I'm sorry for the lateness of it, showing you an approximate location of where it's going to be. They provided that info. It's acceptable, the approach that they're doing. We just have to make sure we get the easement information in place. They're going to put fencing up so that people can't walk from Swan Cove onto the White Sail property as a safety feature too, and they're going to put all the signage up.
How long is this going to?
They mentioned it in their letter. I think they were talking
Until
July
July
11th is when
11th.
they think they're going to be completed by.
So Rich, none of this is going to interfere with anything that we're doing down there,
We-
correct?
We will not be at that phase just yet. So the answer is no, it will not.
Okay, so are they having trucks go on the property there?
I need to confirm that. My guess is no, because they're going to be putting the cofferdam, but that's a good question, and I can ask how they're going to do that.
Okay.
I don't
So-
believe so. They're going to
Now-
restore afterwards.
All right, now with the proposed aqua barrier or the cofferdam, I'm assuming that's to push the water out, right? So it can be dry as they're working on the docks?
Correct.
So none of that water is going to be sent over to Swan Cove? I
No,
mean, we
it will
already
be,
have enough water.
the area where the cofferdam is, between the cofferdam, where they have it, and their wall will be dry, so you'll lose that shoreline there. They're actually going to remove a couple of old fence post piers that were
Yeah.
in there that's kind of unsightly on that far side. They've agreed to remove that also
I
when they're in
think
there.
her question was, if that water's displaced, where is it going?
Like this here, like
It's
that,
going to be marginal. It's not going to come onto
that's not
Swan
going to
Cove.
come up you know, by it being pushed out here, it's not going to come up and start flooding this, right?
You know,
'Cause this
not
is the
having
one-
done any
This is
hydrologic
the one
or,
part we don't flood.
right,
And another question, you know.
I haven't assessed that. My guess is it won't, because it's not that big of an area that they're letting the water out. so.
Okay, thank you.
They say July 11th, but we all know, we're in the industry, that schedules most of the time don't work out. What happens if there's significant delays now, and this dam is up, and is that going to render us from doing what I know we're not at that point of the project at this moment, but could it potentially be an issue?
The answer
And then
is,
and if that happens, what can we do?
that's a legal question. Sorry, Greg.
You just give them a revocable license so that you can revoke it on notice
Okay.
instead of a temporary easement.
So we-
Last time, I think they got a letter of permission, which was revocable. So anything that the board authorizes that allows you to give notice that the property's got to be vacated
We would have
for your
to.
own purposes, then that would be the way to protect. Otherwise, you just say no.
Yeah.
And then you just eliminate that possibility.
So
So you
don't,
have to come up with another
So write that.
set of
So
means and
don't
methods.
Which we don't want to, we want to work
Right,
with them,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
You
so,
can't say
yeah,
no.
so don't do an easement, do the
We just want to make sure that
You
we're
can do a
covered.
revocable license.
a
You can do
revocable
either one.
license.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
say no. You gotta-
because this way it's done, because it'll beautify
It's gonna look awesome,
everything.
yeah.
Yep,
Well, certainly beautify. If you've seen their
They're
docks.
in the water.
Oh.
There is no dock.
they're so
It-
bad.
It's really, it's disgusting over there. It
Yeah.
really is bad. So they're making
Yeah.
it really nice, so that's a good thing. So,
No, perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
thanks.
Thanks, Rich.
So the last two work session items are for Lake Cassie and Lake Secor's newsletters, which there's copies there in the backup. They came out very nice. And also, they sent us their proposed lifeguard rates. So Lake Cassie for 2025 pay rates, lifeguard $14 to $21, gate guard $13 to $21, and Secor for the lifeguards rate per hour, and it names the lifeguards, and it goes through how much, and a new lifeguard will get $16.50. So we'll look for resolutions to be able to mail out their newsletters.
Sounds good.
Me? No. Too easily distracted. What?
Get back to the announcements.
Yes, the announcements. So for our first responders, any EMS, firefighters or volunteer firefighters or police, Carmel Police Department is having a first responder wellness conference, and that is April 4th from 8 o'clock until 3 o'clock at the Putnam County Training and Operations Center, 112 Old Route 6 Carmel. So you can contact Dave Garcia at the Carmel PD. He puts his email on the flyer. His email is dmg@ci.carmel.my.us. But if you call the police department, 845-628-1300, and ask about the wellness conference, they'll give you the information. We're doing our townwide cleanup April 21st through the 26th. So there's orange bags available at the highway department, and the supervisor's office has pickers and orange bags also. We're doing Shred It on Saturday, April 19th, and that's going to be at the Geary Rink across from the Mahopac Fire Department. That's Saturday, the 19th of April, 9 to 12. Town residents only, please bring ID. And Gary Petropol Memorial 5K run. Gary was a police officer that tragically died. So they're going to do a run. The PBA is doing a run on Saturday, the 26th. For information, I would contact the police department. Officer Ben Pearson is the point person on that. And that's all I got.
Congratulations to Nina, how about that? Emerging Professional of the Year, congratulations.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, yeah.
I do have two things. April 5th, the Lake Mahopac Rotary Club is hosting a wrestling event at Mahopac High School. That'll be at 3 o'clock. I'm bringing my son. Dad's group is going to be volunteering. I think it's going to be a great event. Hopefully, we have a couple of hundred people show up, minimum. I do personally have tickets for sale, $20 ringside, $15 general admission. And then April 16th, just another reminder, I know we said it before, but we have the public hearing in regards to boats, waterways, and water-related activities. I apologize that it had to be postponed, but if you're interested in, showing up, please do. That's April 16th at 7 p.m. here.
I have nothing.
No.
Yeah, mark it down. Put on a
Oh,
calendar. I have
my.
nothing tonight. Except for
March-
congratulations to
March
Nina.
19th, write that on your calendars, March 19th.
Just congratulations to Nina. I'm very
Yeah.
proud of all.
Nina,
But
congratulations.
that's huge.
Well deserved.
In all seriousness, Nina, thank you for everything you've been doing for our Parks and Rec department. You've been a breath of fresh air, and we're excited to have you on the team.
It's true.
So we are going into executive session, personnel, talk to the police about hiring. So can I get a motion to go to executive session? And a second? And all in favor?
Aye.
Good night. See you April 2nd.